The following program is intended for mature audiences.
A democratic republic of sports. The Sportsocracy with ESPN Asheville hosts Tank Spencer and Jeremy Greene.
And welcome into the Wicked Weed studio, wickedweedbrewing.com. Drink different. I'm Tank Spencer. Jeremy Greene is alongside, and it is time for an Overreaction Monday. What a Sunday we had in the NFL, and I just want to go ahead and get it out while I can. 5-3. Thank you very much.
The luckiest motherfucker on the planet Earth, because you should have lost 3 of those.
Oh,
Your Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I would kill to know what it took. What minion of the Antichrist did Tom Brady have to sell his soul to get every call in the history of creation?
Uh-huh. Sore over that lack of pass interference call.
I mean, I don't even know why it surprises me anymore. I really, genuinely do not even know why it surprises me anymore.
Yep.
Because it was egregious. And, I mean, Josh Allen just looks at the official like, what the fuck? So they should have had the ball at the 2-yard line.
Yep.
And it wouldn't have pissed me off so bad except for 3 plays into overtime. Less of a call gets called on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
God damn, I hate your team so much.
The overtime win for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It was a good ending to the day. I was very, very on edge, obviously, losing the lead in the fourth quarter and then being able to win it in overtime.
Well,
you
choked the game away because your defense blows.
Of course they did.
I mean, your defense absolutely fucking blows.
Right.
But between Tom and officials, you're just the hemorrhoid that won't die.
We're watching major injuries in the AFC as well. Lamar Jackson seen in a boot after the Baltimore Ravens lose to the Cleveland Browns. Josh Allen seen in a boot after they lost to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. What's that going to mean for the playoffs? We're going to talk about all of it here coming up over the next hour here in the Sportsocracy. Thank you for joining us here in the Wicked Weed studio, wickedweedbrewing.com. Drink different. Join the House of Reprehensibles. Subscribe button as well to get in on the chat. And, of course, share it out with your friends so they can join us here in the Sportsocracy community. Man. So, aside from the Tampa Bay Buffalo game yesterday, what else pissed you off?
Life. Is that an acceptable answer?
Life just pissed you off.
Life just pisses me off. Yesterday was a weird day. The early slate was nothing but blowouts.
Yep.
Carolina.
Sorry about your luck.
Guess it wasn't Joe Brady.
Right.
By the way, it should tell you everything you need to know. Joe Brady has been contacted by multiple teams in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
That should probably tell you everything you need to know.
Right. Are you off on Matt Rule?
Yes.
Everybody's
fully.
Everybody. I've seen that from everybody.
Fully.
Matt Rule just needs to be fired. And they need to move on. Speaking of coaches that need to be fired, the Jacksonville Jaguars. Holy cow.
Oh, good God.
That thing has soured in a way that, well, I mean, we thought it wasn't going to go well. But be honest with yourself. It's worse than you ever imagined.
This has been the gift that keeps on giving. The Jacksonville Jaguars are the herpes of the NFL.
Right.
I mean, every time you think it's gone away,
They lost 20-0 to the Tennessee Titans yesterday. Trevor Lawrence threw 4 interceptions, and Urban Meyer completely dismissive of all of the reports that came out, or the report that came out, talking about him getting into a screaming match with Marvin Jones Jr. And then he did that thing. He did that thing where you're supposed to stop talking. Like if you don't know what to say, stop talking.
He can't.
What was this with the vaccination shit? Remember when that all went down? And he was like, "Oh, well, you don't get vaccinated, we're going to fire you or we're going to cut you." You can't do that.
Well, and you didn't even do. That's the most mind-boggling part. You said it and didn't even adhere to it. 23 of the 24 guys you cut were fucking vaccinated. You dipshit.
Right.
The thing that blows my mind is that you get caught in this. First of all, I just let me paint you a little word picture.
Okay.
At some point in the last week, Urban Meyer sat his entire staff down and made them defend their resumes. And he said, I'm a winner and you're all losers. You hired them.
Mm-hmm.
You hired all of them, you dipshit.
Mm-hmm.
I never in my life thought I would see a more clueless coach than Rich Kotite. Like, I thought that would be the high water mark for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Urban Meyer has beaten it.
Yeah.
Do you know how many carries James Robinson had yesterday?
6.
Yeah. Yeah, that's your best player. That's your best player that all of this was centered around. Yeah. And you just went, nope, Carlos Hyde.
Was it 6 carries for 4 yards?
5
yards?
Yep.
God.
I mean, he's a train wreck.
Yeah, it's absolutely awful. There is, you talk about listless. This team is soulless.
Jason Trump.
What'd he say?
+2. I'm telling you, it seems like Bud Kilmer from Varsity Blues. From now on, that is what he will be referred to as. He is Bud Kilmer from here on out.
Okay.
I genuinely think he's the worst coach in NFL history. If he's not, I don't know who the hell it is.
Very well could be. I mean, and after they asked him about all those reports, he thought, oh, that's garbage. And, oh, by the way, if there's somebody in our building leaking all of that information, they're going to be unemployed. Well, that's a great way to just set the precedent there.
Oh, and by the way, I just want to state this for the record. James Robinson, you were right, it was 4 yards. So he had 6 carries for 4 yards. He was their leading rusher.
Mm-hmm.
They rushed the ball 8 times for 8 yards yesterday.
Yeah.
That's almost hard to comprehend. And then you come out like Billy Badass going, oh, if I find out who it was, then they'll be fired within seconds. No, Urban, you should be fired within seconds. So you can go do over-the-pants hand stuff in your fucking bar in Ohio and get on about your life's work. It makes me so angry and look, I'm not a Jaguars fan at all. Mm-hmm. We have some wonderful ones that watch this show. Roy, we haven't mentioned Roy in a long time.
Yep.
Wonderful Jaguars fan. And you deserve better. You deserve better than your wrestling promoter, oversized mustache, Mario and Luigi looking wannabe Shad Khan owner, your dumpster fire of a coach. This should be the happiest time in a Jaguar fan's life because this is the best quarterback you've had in your franchise's existence.
Yep.
And it's not even close.
And he doesn't look like that.
No, because you got a coach that's running him into the ground.
Right, he looks like, the Blake Bortles years were better. And that is a friggin' statement.
I mean, how far you want me to go here? Of how historically bad this is.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go down the QBR path, shall we?
Okay.
All right. Trevor Lawrence's QBR for the year is a 32.2. Do you know how many quarterbacks last year registered that for the season?
1.
It was fucking none. None. Not one. Had enough attempts to register on that metric at that bad.
Right.
I'm talking Cam Newton, Nick Mullins, Nick Foles, Sam Darnold. None of them were that bad. And you're just looking at it going, no, I can't see it. Fuck me. God almighty, blow that franchise up.
Right.
Set the fucking stadium on fire.
Right.
I'm fired up for Christ today, just
I'll
so you
that.
know. My back hurts. It has not been a good morning. I am in a mood.
He caught shit from some yokel coming out of the gas station this morning.
You know what? Let me address that. I am a 6'4", 270-pound man. I'm a big guy. I have hurt my back. It is not pleasant, and I cannot bend over. So I'm walking very angularly. Some yokel dipshit looks at me at the gas station and says, you look like you got a corn cob up your ass. I responded in the only way I knew how. For your safety, you should walk away from me.
Is that what you said to him? That's awesome.
You should walk away from me. Because I will suitcase my fist in your anus.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
I'm in no mood.
Nah. I don't understand what possesses somebody to say something like that. Yeah, I'm in a lot of fucking pain, dude. You just want to rub it in some more?
Oh, and it's just been it has not been a fun morning.
Nah.
Just, and we're not.
Yep.
T's and P's. That's all I'm going to say.
Absolutely. Yeah, we got some devastating news this morning.
And we're not going to talk about it.
But I do want to say, just to everybody say a prayer for all the families that are hurting out there today, because there's a lot of it going around. And it's been a rough morning. But anyway, hold your babies a little closer tonight.
Yeah.
Now, let's talk some football.
Hold on, we got
a super chat?
We do.
Yeah.
I got to go back to it. I was on a tangent.
I'm your huckleberry.
Dallas. This is from Armchair Commentary. Dallas's defense out of Micah Parsons, dog, is going to get them in trouble, and the offense should be better. Mm-hmm. I agree with every word you just said.
I do too. The offense should be much better.
Yeah. Speaking of games that you won that you shouldn't have,
that's one.
That's one. Officials. Fuck. God, I hate officials.
What did the officials do in that one?
There was a Kyle Allen fumble that was a joke. And it was a joke. Well, it's bad. It's bad when the officials come out and have a statement before the teams are out of the building.
Right.
That's a bad fucking sign. So, I mean, look, Dallas, first of all, Micah Parsons should be the defensive player of the year.
I agree.
No. Notice I didn't say rookie.
No.
He is, no doubt, the defensive rookie of the year.
Yeah.
He should be the defensive player of the year. Because be really honest with yourself, who else you going to give it to?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you tell me right now who the player in the NFL is that you think has been better than Micah Parsons.
I can't get there. I mean, I think it's close with him and Myles Garrett. I think Garrett's had more. I mean, he scored 2 touchdowns this year, so, I mean, he's got that over him.
Well, do you know what the list looks like of players that have more sacks than him?
TJ Watt.
That's one of them. TJ Watt leads the league at 16.
Mm-hmm. I can't think
it's
of it.
TJ Watt, Myles Garrett, Robert Quinn, Nick Bosa, Trey Hendrickson, Matthew Judon. End of list.
Right.
End of message.
Right. Good job, Brandon.
Let's go, Brandon.
End of message.
And then you look at the fact that the guy can drop in coverage. It's just dumbfounding how good he is.
Mm-hmm.
And you look at the rest of that defense and go, man, you just ain't it. There's not a lot on that defense that I look at and go, yeah, you got that figured out.
Mm-hmm.
They were blowing Washington out. And the next thing you know, it's a game. It's a game.
Yep. Ended up being a 7-point win for the Dallas Cowboys. Thank God they got the turnover at the end of the game because Washington had a chance to tie it up there at the end. But it is what it is. I mean, that's the NFL. That's the way it goes. And, I mean, I think clearly the better team won. Are you trying to say that?
I don't know that I agree with you.
Really? You think Washington is better than Dallas?
I didn't say that. I said I don't know that I agree with you. You said clearly the better team. I certainly don't agree with that.
Okay.
This game's a quarter longer, you lose.
Mm-hmm.
Period. Yeah, you jumped out. You had an unreal, freakish Micah Parsons play. I mean, but you take that away, Washington's offense was damn near terrible. And you still could have lost.
Yep.
And you still easily could have lost. I don't feel great about Dallas, and I think they're clearly the worst of the 4 division winners.
I would agree with that.
I mean, they're going to catch a home playoff game, which means you're probably going to beat somebody, and then here's your reward. You either get to go to Arizona, to Tampa Bay, or to Green Bay.
Mm-hmm.
Good luck with that. They can't run the ball really at all at times.
Right.
Yesterday with no Tony Pollard, it was painful to watch.
Mm-hmm. Well, we've been saying for a while that Tony Pollard looks like the future of that franchise. He is without a doubt
the better running back on this team.
I agree.
Ezekiel Elliott and Corey Clement yesterday combined for 25 carries for 89 yards.
I kept trying to hold that take at arm's length. I believe in Tony Pollard, but Zeke just ain't it no more.
Is there a team in the NFL that you would feel better about than the Washington football team if they had a quarterback?
Oh, it'd be Denver.
If you superimpose, I don't know that I agree with you.
It'd be Denver.
If you superimposed Russell Wilson, I think Washington's probably the team that would improve the most.
Okay.
Here's the thing. Here's what you miss when you say these things about Denver.
Mm-hmm.
Teddy Bridgewater has been ignorantly efficient. Can a better quarterback be better? Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be hard to be any more efficient.
Right.
Taylor Heineke has been the exact opposite of that. And I know he had a couple good games, but if you look at the season on the whole, he has been painfully inefficient.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that QBR we were talking about with Trevor Lawrence, Heineke's only 10 points higher.
Is he really?
Yeah, he's 46.6.
Wow. No, but you're not far off. You're not far off. A quarterback could transform this team into being an actual threat. But until that happens, sorry about your luck.
Yeah, they're certainly one of the teams that will go into the offseason going, man, we missed an opportunity. Taylor Heineke's QBR yesterday, there are more fingers on my hand than his QBR was.
Yikes.
He was a 4.9. Ew.
Not good. Mm-mm. And now he's hurt.
Yeah.
And they got Kyle Allen.
Hi, Kyle.
And then, you've got the rest of that schedule. You got 2 against the Eagles. You got another one at the Cowboys, and you got 1 at the Giants. And I still feel like there's going to be an 8 and 9 team make the playoffs in the NFC.
I am not 100% sure I agree with you, but right now the 6 and 7 Washington football team would make it.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is that they play so many games that, there is no excuse for you to lose to this Eagles team, and there's no excuse for you to lose to this Giants team. There's not.
Mm-hmm.
If you lose to them, you're not a playoff team. And then you look at the slew of 6 and 7 teams. The Atlanta Falcons are still in this.
Yep.
Which is disgusting to say out loud. If you watched our fantasy show yesterday, you're fucking welcome.
For what?
Taysom Hill, Alvin Kamara. For what? Jesus Christ. Number 1 tight end. Gave him to you.
Yeah, you got that
Number
one.
1 running back. Gave him to you. Number 1 quarterback. Gave him to you. Now, if you were smarter than me and put them all in the same lineup, good for fucking you. I cashed everywhere.
Who was the number 1 running back yesterday?
Alvin Kamara. Well, he was 2 behind Rashad Penny. And who 1% of witches had.
Rashad Penny. I didn't see that one coming.
I saw somebody in the chat ask about Russ and Rashad Penny for the rest of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Those are 2 very different answers. Rashad Penny yesterday was proof positive that a broke watch is right twice a day. Because he is not good at football.
Nope.
So I wouldn't count on him, but do I think he's startable? Yeah, because their schedule blows. Russ seems to be getting back to health.
Old Russ days. Yeah. I'd agree with that.
I was right on that Houston game for 3+ quarters. And then I was very wrong.
You were very wrong.
That was one of the ones that I was chalking up to, oh, you motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was right for 3 quarters.
Yeah.
And then in the 4th, they just went, okay, we're free playing now. we don't want to play anymore.
Well, you can't expect a team like Houston to have that fire for 4 quarters, I don't think.
They competed.
Yeah.
I'll give you that.
They're awful, though.
It's more than I can say for a slew of other teams. I also have to say this.
Mm-hmm.
You remember before the draft when I said that there were a lot of teams that thought Davis Mills could be a starting NFL quarterback?
Yes.
I'm not sure they're wrong.
You think he can be?
Look at what he did yesterday with 1 target.
Yeah.
He has Brandon Cooks. That's it. He threw for 330.
Yeah, but it was Seattle.
That's still an NFL team.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, is it good? No. Here's the list of guys that caught passes for them yesterday. Davion Davis. If he walked in this studio right now, I'd go, "Sup, bro? The fuck do you want?" Anthony Auclair. He sounds like that name sounds like somebody that should work at a Starbucks.
I was going to say, he sounds delicious.
He sounds like a Starbucks barista. Philip Dorsett. Did you know he played for the Texans?
No.
I didn't either.
No.
I saw him and went, has there ever been a player that's played for more teams and done less shit? Philip Dorsett is like the ghost of draft bust past.
So he's played for Indianapolis, New England.
Oh, in his
Houston.
career?
Yeah.
Oh, he's been
Who
on
else has he played for?
Let's see. Houston, Seattle, Jacksonville, New England, Indianapolis. He's been on rosters with more teams than that.
Wow.
It's just, do you know how many catches he has in his career? How many receptions does Philip Dorsett have in 7 years? It might be more than that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years.
83.
You're too low, but not by much.
Oh.
It's 126.
Yeah.
Every time he gets cut, it's like somebody goes, "Ooh, piece of candy. He can run real good." Unfortunately, he couldn't catch a cold if you soaked his head in a freezer and put him soaked his head in water and put him in a freezer.
Right.
Everybody says, "Oh, he's this great deep threat." Do you know how many receptions he has over 40 yards in his career? 3.
3.
In 6 years. I will never understand what it is that team's seeing him. And Houston, for the love of God, why? Why?
What else are we going to do?
Not play a 29-year-old.
But that's what they do. They've got all these recycled projects, and, that's what we're going to do. We're just going to trot all these guys out there, and I don't know what the goal is. What can, we got nobody signed for next year, I guess is the big positive. Because there ain't no way he got a multi-year deal.
No, he's on a vet minimum deal.
Right.
But I just looked at what Davis Mills did yesterday with Brevin Jordan and Royce Freeman.
Mm-hmm.
Nico Collins is fine.
Right.
Brevin Jordan is, how do I say this? How do I say this and not be somewhat offensive? His brain don't work so good. He's not a rocket surgeon, let's put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
He's fine. But at the end of the day, this team just has a lack of talent.
Of course they do.
And I look at what Davis Mills does, and I'm, okay, I get it. Everybody lost their shit about, why would you bench Tyrod Taylor? That's why. Tyrod Taylor is not your future. Davis Mills might be.
Could be.
I will not be shocked if the Houston Texans do not take a quarterback in the first round of this draft. Because I think you're reaching for one no matter what you do.
I don't know that I'll be put off if they don't, but I will be if they don't take one in the first 3 rounds.
Oh, by the way, I do have to tell you something that I heard. There is a running bet that Kenny Pickett's going to break the NFL Combine record for the smallest hands.
Really?
I did not know that.
Huh.
Apparently, he's got just little.
He's just got little Donald Trump hands.
He just got little baby fingers. Just makes you want to go.
Nice.
Yeah, one of my draft analyst buddies texted me and said, "Yeah, Kenny Pickett's going to break the record for the smallest hands ever."
Interesting.
Yeah, I have 10.5-inch hands. They think that Kenny Pickett's are going to come in at like 8.25. That means he could put his hand in mine, and I could go boop like he was just a little one. You know what he doesn't have?
What?
I reckon I'll have me some of the bacon.
He ain't got none of the bacon.
He's got some little guy hands.
He's just got some little fellers.
Aw, isn't he so cute with his size 4T gloves?
I bet when he takes Polaroid Peter pictures, it looks very impressive.
Okay, going off the rails here. I mean, okay, so Davis Mills had a good day against Seattle.
He had a good day. I said he had a fine day.
Oh, yeah.
Can he play
much better than anything he's put out before?
No, he was better against New England, markedly.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting that game for some reason.
He's a stereotypical mediocre NFL quarterback. He's way better at home.
Yeah,
and he can have some really, really bad games.
Yep. Didn't put a whole lot of scores on the board yesterday for the Houston Texans, and Seattle won that game walking away in the fourth quarter, 33-13. Let's talk about the big questions. Big questions coming out of yesterday as far as the playoffs are concerned. Because in the AFC, Buffalo loses to Tampa Bay. And now from the 6th seed down to the 13th best team in the AFC, we've got a logjam. There are 8 teams within a game of each other for those 2 spots left in the playoffs for the 6 and the 7 seeds.
Mm-hmm.
Who's in control? Or is anyone in control?
No one.
Is this just absolute chaos going down to the end of the season between Indianapolis is a team we believe in, Buffalo, yes. I don't feel like
Buffalo has 1 game left that they could lose. I mean, they play the Panthers, the Jets, the Dolphins? Falcons. But I think I would mentally think they could lose to the Dolphins, so I do not believe that's who the other one is.
And at the Patriots.
So that team's going to get to 10 wins.
Yep.
I think 10 wins is going to get you in. Because, look at who all of these teams play.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at the playoff standings right now. All right, so you got Indianapolis is the first 7 and 6 team.
Mm-hmm.
They end with the Patriots, the Cardinals, the Raiders, and the Jaguars. 2 of those teams are really good.
Yep.
One of them is maddeningly inconsistent. And one of them is the Rhinestone Urban Meyer Cowboys.
Mm-hmm.
The disrespect around this place is ending today.
No, it ain't. No, that disrespect will continue until y'all get a brain and fire that dude.
All right, so Buffalo, we've already told you.
Yep.
Cleveland plays, I think, 3 division games. Nope, they go Raiders, Packers, at the Steelers, and the Bengals.
Mm-hmm.
They have to go to Lambeau, they have to go to Pittsburgh, and they have to play the Bengals.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's losing their shit about, the Browns are going to make the playoffs. A, no the fuck they're not. B, stop that. Just, okay, stop that.
They can get to 9.
You could very easily have lost to Tyler Huntley yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So, just, all right, calm your wolf shit.
Right.
All right?
But they can get to 9. Getting to 10 is going to be tough.
I don't know that they get. I think they win one more game all year.
You think they beat the Raiders and that's it?
Yeah.
I was going to say, don't tell me that you believe they'll go into Pittsburgh and win that game more than you do them hosting Las Vegas.
And you got the Bengals that go at the Broncos, Ravens, Chiefs, at the Browns.
Mm-hmm.
That is poopy.
Yep.
Whoever makes the playoffs is going to be hell when they're well and will have never had a temperature.
Right. The Baltimore Ravens. What is coming for the Baltimore Ravens? Yikes. We'll talk about that in a second. Because that division is now up for grabs. But we're talking about the last 2 spots in the AFC playoffs right now. You got the Denver Broncos, who are also 7 and 6. You have a lot of faith in them going down the stretch?
No.
Because I don't. Javonte Williams, we know he's the guy. He's the future of that franchise, along with Jerry Jeudy, and y'all need a quarterback.
All right, so list off the teams that are still competitive to get into the AFC playoffs.
Okay, Indianapolis,
14.
14.
I'll tell you what it is.
Oh, okay, Buffalo Bills,
19.
Cleveland Browns,
8.
Cincinnati Bengals,
4.
Denver Broncos,
23.
Pittsburgh Steelers,
2.
Las Vegas Raiders,
3.
and the Miami Dolphins,
16. That is the remaining strength of schedule in the NFL. You have 5 of those teams that are in the top fucking 8.
Mm-hmm.
And 2 of the 3 that are not very good. The Denver Broncos are not very good. The Miami Dolphins are not very good. So there's only one way to look at that. This is like Battle Dome.
Yep.
All right, we have officially welcome to Thunderdome, bitch. We got boards with nails in them and nunchucks and shit.
Right.
Whoever walks out of this cage, I don't want to play you in the playoffs at all.
Mm-hmm.
Buffalo Bills come through. Their schedule is much more daunting on the front side. You have, I believe, 3 layup games.
Yes. Because they're all at home.
I don't care where they are. I mean, let's be really honest. They should have beaten you yesterday in a game they had no business winning.
Agreed.
They should have beaten the Tennessee Titans in a game they had no business winning.
Yep.
So the big problem with Buffalo, they can't finish. And losing Tre'Davious White is a disaster.
Yep.
Because now you don't have anybody. You don't have anybody that can one-on-one defend your best receiver. Mike Evans. Did he look real uncomfortable at any point yesterday? No.
Mm-hmm.
Chris Godwin. Ugh. I have the little big play alerts on my phone. Your game almost drove me crazy yesterday because about every time I set my phone down,
Yep.
big play alert.
I think we can all say the Buffalo Bills, barring complete disaster, will get into the playoffs. I don't think this is a team that's on the brink of disaster. Some people may see it differently. Some people may look at this team and go to the fact that they can't finish. It's going to come back to bite them, but you honestly believe that they can't beat the Panthers, the Falcons, and the Jets?
Oh, they're going to scatter,
They'll smoke
smother, and
them.
cover all 3 of them.
Yeah, they'll smoke them all. I mean, if anything, this last game is a wake-up call of we can't let it be close. We can't get down like that. We cannot leave anything to chance. Because if I was a Buffalo Bills fan, absolutely, we got screwed yesterday. Thankfully, I'm not a Buffalo Bills fan, and I'm sorry about your luck.
Let me ask you an interesting question, and I'm going to open this up to the chat.
Okay.
Without looking, how many teams are mathematically eliminated from the playoffs right now? I mean, there's 4 weeks left in the season, so you got to think it's
I would say 4.
That's exactly right.
Right.
There are 4 teams mathematically eliminated.
Detroit, Jacksonville, Houston. Who's the other one I'm missing? The Jets?
Yep. 4. 4's of them. Jason Trump got it in the comments as well.
Yeah.
Mind-boggling. Mind-boggling.
Tell me again how adding the 7th team to the playoffs is a bad thing.
Oh, I still maintain it's a bad thing.
Why?
Do you realize who that 7th team is going to be in the NFC?
Oh,
You're talking
yeah.
about the football team, the Vikings, the Eagles, the Falcons, or the Saints.
Mm-hmm.
Stop talking. That's god-awful. Oh, but it keeps it interesting. No, it just adds a layer of sludgy bullshit. Be really honest with yourself right now.
Mm-hmm.
You have to bet your house on a team to win the NFC right now. It's Arizona, Green Bay, and Tampa Bay. End of message.
Agreed.
AFC. It's New England, Kansas City, full strength Tennessee Titans.
Yeah.
End of message. You tell me a team I just left out that you think has a snowball's chance in hell of winning a Super Bowl. There's not one.
I don't think so.
Every other team has a big old gross wart sticking out of the side of their neck with a hair in it.
Yep.
Like your middle school English teacher.
Mm-hmm.
Miss Belnick.
And I still would put New England at the 3rd of those teams, but that's just
I
me.
would too.
Okay.
I don't disagree.
All right. I just wanted to make sure. I don't want to hurt feelings or nothing.
I don't care about hurting feelings.
I still don't feel
frankly, if I don't hurt somebody's feelings today, I didn't do it right. So.
I feel like it would be Kansas City, Tennessee, New England. That's the pecking order for me in the AFC. I get the standings are different right now, but
But see, that's the thing. I don't care about the standings.
Right.
I don't care where you go. They have to go to Foxborough. Cool. I've watched Mac Jones in wintry time. I'm not sure that you should be clinging to that as tightly as you are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Patrick Holt said 15 of the 16 NFC teams are still in contention. There's one team eliminated.
Yep.
It's the Detroit Lions. The Chicago Bears could theoretically make the playoffs. By the way, 2 games out. As are the New York Giants.
You need a whole lot of help to make that happen, but Yeah.
Not as much as you would like them to need, because they are dookie water.
But that's what I'm saying. It's
By
like
the way,
even
I have to ask.
Yeah.
Number of minutes of the night game you watched last night.
Number of minutes?
If it's more than 15.
7,
Yeah.
maybe.
I was about to say, if it's more than 15, you should probably introspectively look at yourself.
Yeah,
Be
no.
like, why do I like doing that to my eyes?
Right. No, this was another one where 2 weeks ago I couldn't watch any more football after Georgia lost. After the Buffalo Tampa Bay overtime took all of it out of me. I was pretty good. I checked in on Green Bay and went, "Oh, okay. They're winning. Look at that." And this is going to be even at halftime, like when they were down at halftime, I was like, this isn't going to last.
Chuck G said he watched all of it. You are a better man than I am. Mm-hmm. As much weird shit has happened in the 1 and 4 o'clock slates, I turned it on. And this probably didn't help my my minute consumption of it. I turned it on in time to see Chris Collinsworth talking about Aaron Rodgers' doppelganger that doesn't look a motherfucking thing like him. Oh, he's got long hair and beady eyes and a beanie. He looks just like Aaron Rodgers.
What was it, a dude in the crowd?
Oh, have you not seen this?
No.
Let me see if I can. They lost their mind about this for like 10 minutes, and I went, okay, I got to go.
Green Bay's got a huge problem on special teams. Their special teams sucks something fierce.
If you're about to tell me this dude looks like Aaron Rodgers, I'm legitimately going to fight you.
Okay.
Because he does.
I haven't seen the picture, so I don't know.
You're about to, because I'm going to put it on the screen.
Okay.
If my computer will go. Go!
Yeah, Jason Trump said special teams is a big problem in Green Bay.
Big.
And it's been that way. That's the thing. It's been that way for a while. And I'm wondering, what? How do you fix it? How can you shore up that side of your game this late in the season?
Chuck G said Tommy Fleetwood looks more like Aaron Rodgers. I never thought of that, but you're 100% right. Tommy Fleetwood does kind of look like...
that's a golfer, right?
Yes, which would be why I called him golfer Tommy Fleetwood.
Did you say that?
I did, as opposed to, grocery store bag boy Tommy Fleetwood.
He doesn't really.
He looks more like him than this dude does.
Okay.
All right. There you go. That dude looks nothing like Aaron Rodgers. They talked about this for 10 solid minutes, to the point of the dude finally figured it out, because I guess his buddies started texting him, right. And he was looking at the camera going, I see you seeing me. That dude doesn't look I look more like Luke Combs than that dude looks like.
Flash it back up there. Flash it back up there.
That dude doesn't look a damn thing like. If he had on a Denver Broncos beanie, you wouldn't have thought a second friggin' thing about it.
I mean, kind of.
He looks like Aaron Rodgers if Aaron Rodgers had discovered crack cocaine when he was 16 years old. That dude looks like
it's definitely not worth
Aaron Rodgers on Wish. That's what you would get.
It's definitely not worth derailing the entire game to fawn over him for. That would be one thing. Like if he was,
he looks like he could be Aaron Rodgers' dad.
Yeah,
I mean, that I can get down with.
That's his uncle.
They
actually
made it sound like this was an exact. You know what it reminded me of? That Friends episode where Joey was like, "You're my exact hand twin," and he kept screwing with the guy, and the guy was like, "Stop it."
He does look like him a little bit, but
I mean, all right, fact or fiction? You know what? I'm going to put a poll up on the YouTube.
Okay.
I maintain I look more like Luke Combs than that dude looks like Aaron Rodgers. I could be wrong.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I'm asking it right now, so we'll let the people speak.
I don't think so. Your faces are not similar at all.
Me and Luke?
Yeah.
Yeah, we are.
I don't feel like it.
Well, he has a much scragglier beard than I do. And I have way more hair.
Yeah.
M85 said I look like Nick Mangold. That is the nicest thing anybody has ever said to me. Nick Mangold is my favorite Jet ever. So that is the nicest thing anybody has ever said to me. So I appreciate that.
Well, I mean, it's the beard. Other than that, yeah, I don't see it. I never have. Like you told me that story about going to the golf course and the guy following you around, like screaming at you because you refused to give him an autograph because he thought you were
scream
Luke.
at me. He thought I was Luke, and I didn't want to sign his autograph.
Right.
And for secret time, that's happened one time, a whole bunch of times.
Yeah.
There was only one that got really forceful, like, "Hey, you're a jackass for not." I mean, I can sign my name on your bag. I'm not averse to that in the least. Okay, Aaron Rodgers, Saturday Night Football twin is shellacking me. So okay.
Oh yeah.
I don't see it in the least. And they talked about that for 10 solid minutes.
Mm-hmm. You're not real good at this game.
What game?
So-and-so looks like so-and-so.
Well,
what was it, the other one you got dragged on Facebook for a while back?
Mayfield and the dude from You. They look exactly the fucking same.
Mm-mm. They look about as equal as that guy does to Aaron Rodgers.
Disagree. That one's not even close.
The guy from You.
What is his name?
I have no idea. I've never. I have seen 2 episodes of that show and then got creeped out by it and went, nope, can't do this anymore. Because that shit's creepy.
Oh, that show's great.
And it's also it's also the part that scares me the most about that is like, that stuff happens.
Yeah,
like
that dude's name is Penn Badgley. He looks exactly like Baker Mayfield.
Mm-hmm.
Reddit agreed with me. Adam Black says I missed the Levitard looks like game. I have long tried to come up with a game that we could do like that.
Right.
That's not stealing his shit.
That was a fun game.
Oh God, it's so good. Sam Darnold is a Lego fireman. I have never. I can't unsee that. Oh, they asked me, who does Tank look like? Oh, I already answered. I know the answer to this. You just keep
going. Just keep
talking.
Who does? I don't like the way this is going.
You ain't gonna like it. I just go ahead and do it.
God, he's gonna flop up a picture of Louis Anderson or something that's gonna piss me right off.
No, Louis Anderson would be much nicer than what I'm getting ready to. Yeah. This is not the first time.
Wait, M85 says thinks I look like Patton Oswalt.
I can see that. Yeah, this is really easy for me. Who does Tank look like? And I think this on like a daily basis. Bam!
Oh my God! Stop that!
The Tank looks like Bruce Valanche.
Not even close.
You look like Bruce Valanche if you had been raised in a house. If he'd been raised in a house of like lumberjacks. Like maybe creative things weren't embraced, and you don't wear red glasses. But
that's awful.
Yeah. I actually found, and I used that picture. You know what's sad? I didn't have to download that. I literally already had that on my computer.
That's absolutely terrible. Oh, it's the eyes. That's the only thing.
Yeah,
the squinty eyes.
Yeah, throw red glasses on Tank and tell me if those don't look like they could be bros.
There's a Jack Black movie that Tank looks exactly like. I can't remember it. I look like Jack Black?
Oh, no.
Or
no.
I'm trying to. Which one? Which person in the Jack Black movie do I look like? That's handy information to have.
Oh, I know who he's talking about. Bam. Bruce Valanche.
I don't know that Brucey was in any Jack Black movies. But,
he didn't have to be. Tank looks like an overly friendly Waffle House cook. Bingo.
Yeah.
100%.
I can see that.
The Tank looks like the one Waffle House cook that never decided that smoking crystal meth would be a fun idea. I love when these shows just go.
Now you've got me looking like, is there in Orange County? Nah.
I'm trying to think of.
I don't think I look like Jack Black at all.
You don't.
Okay, thank you.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
What?
Hold on. I had never thought of this, but
I just saw the comment.
Yep. And now that's the thing that's happening. I love when these shows go completely off the freaking rails.
Yeah.
Because this might be my favorite one I've ever seen. I need you to have
so
this
awful.
look. I need you to have this look of consternation on your face. Because I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty accurate.
What are you going, Kevin from The Office?
I mean, okay. I mean, he's a little jollier than you are, but
A little.
I mean,
Okay.
but not like a lot.
I can try to tuck it up and do the double chin thing.
Yeah, you don't have to try to do that. You're making it more pointed, but
What are you talking about? I'm not that jowly.
no, you just got this head shape like one of Ronald McDonald's friends.
His head is much better shaped than mine
Well, I mean, he has a little
because
bit
it's
more
actually
hair than
round
you
at the
do.
top.
Yeah, he has a little more hair than you do. So I love that this turned on you when I'm the one that started this conversation. Nobody has said weird people that I look like.
Yeah, I don't know.
There's not many people that look like me.
Which, thank God for that.
Yeah, hey. God broke the mold when he made this one.
What the fuck were you even talking about before we got into
Why
this?
use lot words when
Jesus.
few do trick? God, Stephen Towle. God, I love you people.
But you gotta talk like the Cookie Monster.
Oh, all right. So we were talking about like sports and shit, right?
When few do trick.
I
Yeah,
look like a
sports and shit.
chubby paper towel mascot. I do kind of look like the Brawny Man.
Yeah, a little bit.
If he had like discovered complex carbohydrates.
Just a little bit. So 8 teams vying for those last 2 playoff spots in the AFC. We'll try to get this thing back on track here.
Back on the rails.
If you had to put money on it right now, who would those 2 teams be? Do you think the Indianapolis Colts and the Buffalo Bills can keep ahead of this race? Or is Cincinnati going to sneak in there?
I think the 2 that make it from the AFC will be the Cincinnati Bengals and the Buffalo Bills.
Okay.
If I had to bet my house on it right now, that's who I would say. And you just look at the way the conference is broken down. The Chargers are going to make the playoffs. Mm-hmm. I think they would have to have an epic collapse to miss the playoffs.
Cincinnati and Cleveland could have a tiebreaker game at the end of this season. They play each other on the last week of the season, and that tiebreaker game could not only determine who makes the playoffs, but also who wins that division. Depending on what happens with Lamar Jackson, I don't know.
I don't think he's going to miss any time.
And to me, that might be a bad thing.
I mean, and here's the thing. They play the Packers this week. I don't really namely care if Lamar plays or not. I think you're going to lose that game one way or the other.
I'd agree.
Then you play the Bengals. That could very well be – that's in Cincinnati.
Mm-hmm. I believe the door is wide open in the AFC North.
Oh, there have been a lot of who Jeremy looks like. I don't know that I should have asked that question.
The Harry Potter dude? Oh, Hagrid.
I don't know who that is.
He's the big giant guy. You've never seen a Harry Potter movie, so
What the hell do you think?
I just said statement. Tank's next torture ticket should be dumping chili on himself.
Man.
No, that's awful. Stains the clothes.
Yeah, I think this is the right one. I believe. I don't. Who said this? Adam Black said this. I think he's accurate. Boop, boop, boop. Bah.
It is kind of striking.
Yeah.
I mean, he smiles way more than you do, but
He's wearing overalls to work. What's not to smile about?
we need to get you one of them hats too.
Oh, the hat?
Yeah.
The hat I do. I would literally wear a dress before I would wear overalls. And that's not even kind of...
Why? What do you have against the overall population?
I have nothing against the overall population. It's just not for me. It's not a thing that I'm going to do. First of all, if you saw me in a pair of overalls, would you not immediately look at me and go, that dude lost a bet?
Yep.
That's the only way that makes any sense.
Pretty much. Can come in handy. You got a nice little pocket right there in the front.
Jonathan Welch said he doesn't walk angularly either. Well, usually I don't, but I do right now.
Angularly?
That's what I said earlier.
Oh.
It's how I'm having to walk because I can't bend over. Chuck G said I look like Greene, the Flyers mascot.
I could see that as well.
I don't really remember what he looks like.
Gritty? He's got like a beard. He's orange.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's Chuck G wins. Yeah, that's actually quite striking.
I feel like this just goes who's got a beard like Jeremy?
Yeah, who's got a big old beard? Boop.
The only people who should be seen in overalls should be 5 years or younger.
Boom.
Points for Matthew Hoffman.
Mixture of Gritty and Hillbilly Jim.
There you go. Yeah, if Jeremy was a Muppet, that's what he would look like.
I'm okay with that.
No, there was a Muppet. There was a giant Muppet that had like a big-ass mane and a huge beard. Yeah, I could see that. Kind of look like that guy.
It's okay. We all know yours.
Stop that. It's not even kind of close.
Who wants to tell him?
Did you see Bruce Arians shaved off his goatee?
Bruce Arians is one of
now
the
he's
weirdest
just got
looking
this,
humans. Oh,
and
yeah.
it made me go, oh, it's getting worse because now it's getting closer. Because I think I can't unsee it now. Now that I've seen a picture of me aged that looks exactly like Bruce Arians, I can't get away from it now.
Yeah.
That is my future. Although I did see a poll the other day that was apparent. I don't remember who did the poll, but it was out and it flashed up on Twitter of I think it was like 2,000 women were asked to rank the sexiest coaches in the NFL.
Yeah, and apparently a bunch of them were drunk.
Yeah, Bruce Arians was like
six
on them. I was like, yeah!
It's like, where did they poll this? Outside of a Weight Watchers clinic? Or...
Me and Bruce, we'll take us some of the biggins. It was like, but yeah, it went like Sean McVay, Mike Vrabel, Bruce Arians. What?
Oh no!
How are they in the same class?
No, he was further behind that. He was behind like LaFleur and Cliff Kingsbury. But there was one he was in front of that I went, wait. You polled a very specific group of the world for this, didn't you?
Right. It was very interesting.
Oh, Chuck G said we have to hear me talk about the Panthers before the show's over. Oh, let's do that. That'll be fun.
Okay.
Set it up there. They're
the Carolina Panthers. They suck a whole bunch. I mean, you lose to the Atlanta Falcons, and nothing has worked. Like, oh, we fired Joe Brady because the offense was that offense didn't look good, and your defense doesn't look good. I don't have a lot of positive to say about the Carolina Panthers right now. At no point in that game yesterday did I go, yeah, Carolina's going to win, which pissed me off because I knew that was one of the games that we all picked. I think that was the only game that Chief Zach got by himself.
It was not a stellar week for Asheville Police Chief David Zach.
No, he finished with the same score you did.
Yeah, but I was. Oh God, yes, they pissed me off.
Yep.
So I actually have. I have something that I don't think anybody else has. But one of the good things about being, media and credentialed and things like that is that you get access to things that not everybody has. And I have an actual image from yesterday when Cam Newton was put on the bench and he looked at all the other reserves and went, "I'm back." Oh, God, I've been waiting to do that for 24 hours. That felt so fucking good. In my lifetime, I don't think I've ever seen anything funnier. I really don't think in the NFL I have ever seen anything funnier than how many people came after me like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. He's been benched 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
3 times.
For P.J. Walker.
Who sucks.
A lot.
He's bad at football. I mean, it's just like, I at least respect the Adam Black, the Kevin Vick, the Panthers fans that you had hope for it, and as soon as you saw it, you went, okay, the big ginger leprechaun was right. Mm-hmm. And you haven't said anything else to me like that since. I'll give you all the credit in the world. It's that other little niche market of stupidity that I get on Twitter. That's why I had to disable messages on Twitter for like 2 weeks.
Right.
Because I kept getting, if I got called a racist one time, I got called it 50 times. Like,
of course you did.
Okay. Yeah. Weird strategy, but all right. Now you do you. No, he's just bad at football. Like that's Cam Newton is terrible at this game. Mm-hmm. Has been for years. This is not new information.
Nope.
And of course, I fell for it because I thought they were going to run the ball down the Falcons' throats.
Armchair stat of the day. With Cam Newton as the starter. Yeah. With Cam Newton as the starter, the Panthers are 0-11.
Oh, by the way, we're going to run the ball. Wait, Joe Brady had to be fired because we didn't run the ball 30 to 33 times. Well, cool. You didn't do it yesterday either. You're in it 26 times for 91 yards. Hot.
Woo. It's been a whole lot of fun, hasn't it? Had a lot of high hopes for this team coming into the season. It just hadn't worked out.
Stephen Tao asked if we were done with the Ravens. I don't really know what to say until I know what Lamar Jackson is.
Right. I mean, if Lamar Jackson's going to be out for a while.
We can sit here and talk for 10 minutes about it. The only problem is if John Harbaugh comes out and goes, yeah, he's out 2 to 4 weeks, well, then that just burns everything to the ground, doesn't it?
By Baltimore.
So, I mean, we will talk about Baltimore tomorrow, but until John Harbaugh has said something, it's pointless.
Right.
I mean, yeah, if you've got Tyler Huntley, you're in trouble.
If it is 2 weeks, if it's 2 weeks or longer,
I don't think it's going to be any time. But I'm going to level with you. I wouldn't play him against Green Bay because I think they're going to dust your water bottles anyway.
Yeah, rest him up and try to make that push against Cincinnati and L.A. and Pittsburgh at the end of the year.
That would be my tact. But
that's exactly what I would do. But if it's a serious injury and he's going to be out for a while, Baltimore may not even make the playoffs.
And I think that's an overreaction. I think that there's a massive overreaction to what is happening in Baltimore. Are they hurt? Absolutely.
Without Lamar Jackson, you think they can beat Green Bay, Cincinnati,
no, they're not going to beat Green Bay
LA.
regardless. I don't care if they have Lamar Jackson. I don't care if they have Trent Dilfer. I don't care if Brian Billick comes back to coach this game. You're not beating that team.
Okay. Then you got Cincinnati and LA.
They're way closer than you think.
Without Lamar?
Yeah. Because it doesn't matter. Because you saw it yesterday. Does Lamar improve you? Yes. It doesn't change anything about the offense.
True.
Tyler Huntley is still a guy, first of all, had one of the best runs by a quarterback I've seen in 5 years.
Right.
He's still a mobile guy that you have to honor it. They're still going to run predominantly. Mark Andrews is still going to be an absolute disaster to try to cover. And I fucking told you on Rashad Bateman.
What did he do yesterday?
He had 100 yards.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I
Finally.
told you that day was coming.
Yeah, if you keep saying it, eventually it's going to happen.
He's just so good. Rashad Bateman's so good.
And I never doubted that. I was just, when is it going to happen? We've been screaming this for 6 weeks now. And, okay, so it happened yesterday.
Now, here's the thing. How many receivers on that team have more receptions than Rashad Bateman?
Wide receivers?
No, how many?
Or just pass catchers?
How many pass catchers?
Say it was Mark Andrews and Marquise Brown.
Now, here's the crazy part of that. He's only played in 8 games. He's real good at the footballs. All right, I have to. Jonathan Welch said not one person mentioned Bateman yesterday. The fuck I didn't.
Oh, he did.
The fuck I didn't. I'll pull it for you. I 100% said it.
Yeah, you did.
Because I looked dead at him and said, I know what you're going to say. Because I've said this name every single week. And if I do it for long enough, eventually it's going to be right. And I was right.
Oh, you want to give me some credit for Jalen Guyton?
You and
Because I said that a
other
lot.
people.
Because I said that a lot yesterday.
Yeah, and I said Josh Palmer.
You did, and you got that right.
Yeah, I mean, that would. Yesterday was a weird day of DFS shit.
I mean, you knew the Chargers.
If you played
were gonna be good.
DFS yesterday, it was a weird day.
It was.
Alvin Kamara.
Mm-hmm.
Alvin Kamara's he's good. Taysom Hill. Taysom Hill is the worst real life NFL quarterback I've ever seen. That is a week in week out play in fantasy football.
Mm-hmm. Thing that pissed me off the most yesterday is the lineup that I set during the show. I can't do that anymore because I wasn't paying as close attention as I should have to that. And do you know who was right next to Taysom Hill in the in the pricing? It's Trevor Siemian. I clicked on the wrong T. I actually had a lineup where I started Trevor Siemian instead of Taysom Hill, and I was like, "How did I do that?" And damn it, I would have cashed if I'd had anything other than a friggin' zero for my quarterback.
All right, so Adam Black said two things that I have to address. One was where I got it wrong was that Cam was going to be brought back next year. Here's the thing. I thought he'd be bad. I didn't think he'd be this bad.
Right.
So I thought there would still be a section of the fan base that was Johnny Rah-Rah for Cam Newton. That got set on fire way faster than I thought it would.
Yes.
The other thing he said was, I'm just shocked Wonderboy Brady hadn't gotten a job yet. Oh, wait.
He's gonna.
Oh, he's gonna. And it will be not long after this season ends. It should tell you everything you need to know that teams that don't have vacancies are already calling him.
Mm-hmm. Rob Johnson says, should Javonte Williams owners be worried about the amount of carries that Gordon got yesterday? I mean, I wouldn't.
No.
I mean, he still gets his, and he's going to be productive with the carries and touches that he does get.
Javonte Williams is a freak of an athlete.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, here's the thing. We said this at the beginning of the year. This is a contract year for Melvin Gordon. So they can run him into the ground, and it doesn't matter. Yesterday was a blowout. I mean, a blowout.
Yep. Chuck G says, does anybody ever pick Brady in fantasy? He never hears us talk about him on fantasy shows. Well, it's because he's always high priced.
Well, he's high priced for one. For two, there are games where he'll throw for 230 yards and Leonard Fournette will have 3 touchdowns. So he'll get you all the way down the field and then not be the one that scores. Right. Those are not very common, but they're common enough.
Mm-hmm.
Quarterbacks with very little running upside don't get talked about a lot in fantasy.
Yeah,
because now there are so many that do. I mean, Brady's the consistent one. You know what you're going to get.
Mm-hmm. And if you have Tom Brady in a season long, I feel like you're playing him anyway.
Every week.
Every week. He's
start.
an automatic start.
He's that guy that winds up getting picked and everybody makes fun of you because you end up taking him at like a round 2 high. And then down at the end of the season, you go, well, fuck.
Yeah.
I guess I shouldn't have said that.
Hey, look at that. He's QB5 again.
Because that's where he lives.
Right.
Adam Black asked if I've heard anything about Rule. Here's what I can tell you, and I heard it last week. They were not going to move off of him. Yesterday was bad. And I will reach out to some of my Panther contacts today and see if yesterday changed anything, because I think it very well could have.
Yeah.
The thing about that you have to know about Tepper is he's a gambler. This is a dude that's had money for a long time. What do dudes with money tend to do? Fix problems with money. The problem is this is just not a very attractive job right now because you don't have a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
And you're stuck with Sam. That's my question, is what happens when Sam comes back? Now what do you do? I don't think you can have Sam and Cam on a sideline with the same helmet. I don't.
I don't either.
I think cutting Cam Newton is the path to righteousness.
But
I've said that for 2 solid weeks.
But is Sam going to be back before the end of the season?
Yeah, he was on short-term IR. I think he can come back next week.
Okay. I don't know. All of that early news that we got was that they were treating it like, he's done, and they're just looking to 2022 with him. I don't know. I really can't wrap my head around the Carolina Panthers cutting Cam Newton next week.
Oh, I've already gotten this right once. I got it right with New England. I told you this long before it happened. If he ain't playing, he ain't going to be on his team.
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, he has a roster bonus every week that is rather extensive.
Okay.
There is no point in keeping him on this roster. Everybody's talking about Matt Rule being fired today. No, the one that needs to be gone is, I'm back. He needs to be saying that to the unemployment line.
Yeah, just gone. And roll with P.J. Walker if Sam Darnold's not ready to come back yet, and if he is going to come back this season, you slot him in. Yeah, okay.
By the way,
I can see where that makes sense.
Just to continue the fun ping pong that has been the last 45 minutes of the show.
Yeah.
You're going to tell me I'm nuts when I say what I'm getting ready to say? I can see a path that the Denver Broncos make the playoffs. What team left that they have to play do you know is better than them? Bengals at the Raiders, at the Chargers, Chiefs. Chiefs who will have locked up the division by then. I'm just saying.
I still feel like the Bengals are better. I still feel like the Chargers are better.
The Chargers are so inconsistent.
Right, they're boosty.
They're so inconsistent. Mm-hmm. If I told you right now the Denver Broncos went 10-7 and made the playoffs, would you be shocked?
Not terribly.
Not terribly. Sounds stupid when it came out of my mouth, but I looked at it yesterday and went, good God. Every other team plays a murderer's row. They play all playoff contenders.
Yep. But they get Cincinnati at home.
Yep.
Then they go to Vegas, who I feel like is a listless team at this point.
It's not going well in Vegas.
No, it's absolutely awful. Then
By the
they
way,
go to
stop having team meetings on logos. Just it never goes well. It never ends well.
Well, you would think they would have learned their lesson from the bus tour that they did last year. And then what happened when the Kansas City Chiefs went to their building?
Did you hear what the PA announcer was playing?
Yeah.
The PA announcer in Kansas City was playing The Wheels on the Bus Go Round and Round as the Raiders were exiting the stadium.
Which is beautiful.
Just, okay.
Because you don't do that. I mean, look, you don't give the other team that extra needed boost to do something. Especially when it's the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yep.
A team that you know could put up 50 in a heartbeat on you, and they almost did.
By the way, Derek Gore's the best running back on that team.
I agree.
By the way, you both had Raiders plus 10. I'm just throwing that out there.
We did.
Yeah. And that was one of those I looked at and went, I don't like how this is going to go.
Well, I mean, if I hadn't had that one, it would have made your day worse yesterday. So I did you a favor.
Listen here, horseshoe. You just enjoy that horseshoe that was up your ass. Because there was a time yesterday that I was 7-2 again.
Oh, yeah.
It was going very badly for you.
Yes, it was.
And then that horseshoe got lodged directly up your ass. Oh, God. 4 of those freaking games. Just mind-boggling non-covers.
Yep. Anyhow, anything else we need to get to before we dip out of here?
Nah, we got another show this afternoon.
We got more this afternoon on ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM, and 1400. We are the Sportsocracy, and we appreciate everybody for joining us once again this morning. Don't forget to share out the video with your friends. I know everyone has already hit that like button, but if if by chance you haven't, I mean, we do have 29 current viewers and only 20 likes. Hit that like button. Help us get the word out, and we will see you this afternoon back here in the Wicked Weed studio. WickedWeedBrewing.com. Drink different. We'll see you next time.